Nope.
Hello and welcome to Infineon, site to race number 9 of the 2008 NRSL Cook Vanilla Cup Series season. We'll start with the duels here on Thursday as it's a triple header weekend here at Infineon. And alongside me in the booth once again is Stephen Paul III and Austin LaPlante.
Oh, guys.
Hello.
As I need to try and plug my computer in so it doesn't... Okay. On the front row today and locked into the field for this one is William Duncan on pole for this duel, and he'll start alongside Kyle Matthews. Jack James and Austin LaPlante will make up row 2 with Kira Arenthade, Rob Evans row 3, Tom Pollard, Ethan Kyerman row 4, Bill Braddock Jr. and Kenny Mumman row 5. Here's the rest of the starting grids. I hand it over to Stephen and Austin for their thoughts and predictions.
Austin, go first.
Thank you, Stephen. Sonoma, what can you say? Track's been around since the very late 60s. Old configuration, still shouldn't be different. 19 laps, possibility of a pit stop, so it should be very interesting of how these drivers can manage, especially the S's. As Adam, is it Adam Flickinger?
Yep, that is the 12.
Yeah, it was the last person, Stephen.
Last week when we had a road course, all these drivers have experience at the track. Look for Charles, Gene, and Jack James to run in California cars this weekend to be favorites. And William Duncan might be able to win the race, but a pit strategy is going to determine it. Who can do the overcut perfect? I hope I don't talk about the command.
No, you got 20 seconds still. As coming into this one, Mary Shelley is the points leader. We'll talk about that as later points. Max Anderson is second. Chris Wilson, Jessica Shelton, Derek Hamill, the top 5. With Ryan George, Matt Dixon, Gene Sanford, JT Bryan, Tristan Wilhoit, top 10. Here's the command to start the engines for this one.
Drivers, start your engines.
Worth mentioning, only the top 4 can actually leave Infineon as the points leader.
Yeah, good to see Mary Shelley as the points lead.
Field will roll off. Pace car will go off
Whoa.
automatically.
What the heck?
Is
that normal?
Yes, for this it is.
Okay.
For this version, that is very much normal.
Last season, James Qualls pulled an upset here, so we'll see who can maybe pull it off this year. As
William Duncan debuting the Olympic scheme this week, and the green flag is out for the duels at Infineon.
Turn 1's definitely going to be interesting. Let's see if all these drivers can make it through.
And Kyle Matthews going to be quick to try and make the move, stick on Duncan to get the race lead.
Gonna have to watch out for the grass here. Everybody's gonna be playing nice right here.
Oh, contact!
Whoa. Well, we've seen Duncan got taken out by Hendrick Carr, the other dual race, so he doesn't want that to happen to him today, as he's gonna clear the 48 there.
So we're worth mentioning that it is top 16 other than Duncan in this duel who will lock their way into this race. Kiter makes a move on Rob Evans into 7.
That was a good move right there. Kite him in the Chicago winner. Ooh, that's are going to be tricky too. Yeah.
Looking good as they come through the S's so far. I don't think we've seen any wreck. Oh, Bill Bragg Jr.'s run into issues in the 17.
And that's likely a T&Q call for him.
And looking through the back is where everyone's at right now. Zach Rogers with a dive bomb.
Late race break.
Whoa.
And makes it work.
Makes the move stick, gets the job done off turn 11.
I want whatever brake pads are on the 19 car in my driving car.
So looking through the field, that is where everyone's at after one lap. Kyderman and Arenthade trying to make a move on Arenthade, didn't quite get the move to stick.
So I was looking at the stats. Charles Jackson won here before and trying to find out the rest. Henry Sanford's a former winner here too.
Correct.
That's not rigged.
James Qualls is one of his only career start here.
Very true, yeah.
And let's see. 24, 14.
Currently, transfer spot is JT Bryant while he looks for that. Haviland Dodge for Chip Ganassi Racing, looking to try and make a move on Ambrose maybe.
Okay, let's see. It must be this right? Nope. Okay, so that's cool.
I mean, it's all up to date.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Find it.
looking down. Yeah. I'm just letting all plant get some words in the broadcast. That's all.
If I can say something at the moment, since everyone is single file.
That's why you gotta talk nonsense to keep the fans entertained. You know.
Well,
I'm like Daryl Waltrip. He saying
most sports, it was more entertaining somehow.
Well, hey, you know what? Daryl Waltrip saying milk and cereals on a live broadcast, so anything's possible.
Well, I'm Larry McReynolds.
Well,
But give me
Alexander Rose trying to catch up to Sky Commons in the 38 car.
Wait, LaPlante, you hate ice cream then?
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Didn't he said if you guys watch the Cup races, he said that.
Uh,
I can't wait to watch the premiere because I don't even remember.
I don't remember that either.
I'll
Seth
have to
Cole's
put
going
the
to make
link.
a move on Adam Flickinger. Didn't quite make that move stick.
Well, Kyle Austin's also a former winner here, and I think that's it. Kyle Austin, Charles Jackson, James Qualls, and Henry Sanford are your 4 winners here.
And only 2 of them are trying to make the race, so.
Mark George looking like he's going to use another PC right here. Oh, that's Matt Dixon.
That's Matt
sorry.
Dixon in the 70.
Oh, that was a fail.
That is a good one. Good job.
Brett Moma looking at another DNQ in the season. There's LeDuc in the
What are you
445.
talking? Oh, wait, no,
17.
96.
Oh, that's 17.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is
it
the
was.
17. Bill Bragg Jr. joining the race.
Watch out for this. Oh, man.
Adam Flickinger with a close call.
That's what I always have issues with. Cars coming out of the pits, cars coming into turn 1 and 2.
So, Dixon is locked in. That is not what Gene Sanford wants to see him running in the back here.
True. Let's check in on those drivers who are locked in. So, Mary Shelley currently is running in 12th, so she would race her way in. So
She finished here 3rd here last year in her only good run of the season, so look for her to be strong here this weekend.
Chris Wilson also currently would race his way in.
What?
He's in 15th.
Chris Wilson, I didn't mean to cut you off, Charles, but Chris Wilson actually racing himself in. Damn.
And as mentioned, Matt Dixon currently is in 28th.
Well, that's what Gene and JT want to see. They'll lock them into the field.
JT also has the winner's row. Although, to be fair, if he can race his way in without it, then he doesn't have to rely on it, which the 2 drivers who hold those spots currently are in the other duel. JT Bryan also still in the transfer spot in the 17th.
Yeah, well, worth noting, there's only 2. We've had, what, 8 races so far?
Correct. This is race 9.
Yeah.
We only have 2 winners out of 8 in this duel, so 27 were damaged.
Yep, he has hit the. To be fair, that's going to be standard for a lot of these drivers because that damage just means he's hit the turn 1
They're
wall.
all swiping the left side of the car and hitting the turn 1.
Yeah, we can't figure out the slip angle for that. Charles Stanford has yet to make a race, and him and Robert are being best buddies right now, I guess.
Not looking good either, as the 05 Stater Brothers Chevy is in 19th right now. Trying to chase down Chris Lubier in 18th.
I think Charles and Robert are going to drink themselves to sleep after they keep missing any more races.
Well, I mean, the 05's already taken their action. They're going to run part-time the rest of the year, so.
Yeah, they can't. If Robert makes the race, it's just going to make the 05 look worse, so. So, you know, the track, the little explanation why we have it like this, because if we had this in the normal settings, we would have only 5 cars left, the way this track runs.
Sure. Ambrose currently would race his way in, 16th.
Like, most sport was not supposed to happen. Like, this is just to ensure, you know, we don't have, like, of course we want some entertainment. We do not want, like, 5 cars dying in turn 1 and then there are, like, 2 cars left winning by 30 seconds.
As Chris Wilson trying to hold on to 15th now, actually.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind that with Robert's duel, but I digress for the rest.
There it is. The weekly Pollard endorsing his drivers.
Well, only Robert. I don't endorse anybody else. Well, Time Powell, the last time he was here, he fought somebody in the pits, so hopefully we have a better weekend.
I mean, you say it and then you do that, so. Top 4. Well, so this is quickly fading into what will be a highlight package.
For the duels?
Probably.
Well, we got air. Well, we can go through the field and talk about some of the guys. We don't really do that too much. Tim.
True. So
Well,
we can do them in numerical order if you like.
Yeah, we can do it like that, like the old style.
Seth Cole currently runs 27th in the Kellogg's number 5.
Yeah, so Seth is I don't even know where he's in points.
He's
Wait, down
27th.
there. No love for Nancy Ray Preston.
He's 27th in points coming in.
Well, to be fair, Seth has got the. Okay, so how am I gonna put this? He won a race, the longest losing streak, but technically not the longest losing streak because that goes to Allie Nelson. So I don't know how I'm gonna word that correctly.
Well, he's got the longest winless streak between wins. How about that?
So Seth has missed 2 races. So last year he only missed the 500, so it's kind of a down year already for Seth. Chris didn't really do much in the 5 besides make the chase last year. He didn't really do anything during it. So
well, Seth
just
also
going
looking
up
for his first top 5 of the year still.
Correct. And Seth has not been really too good at the road courses, if I'm not mistaken.
Marcus Ambrose currently runs in the 16th position, the Budweiser Dodge, and comes into this one. Well, they're down in points, but 45th in points for the night.
Well, Marcus last time we see him, he flew over the turn 3 wall thanks to Robert Paula starting second. So a little beat up, but right now transferring in right now for Marcus.
As I don't even know how to respond after that. Currently, I mean, he's racing his way in, so if he can keep this up, that's going to be good for a team that comes into this race below 42nd in points.
Correct.
Derek Hamill is currently in 30th, but will race. They are 5th in points coming in.
Derek, I believe, almost won the Atlanta race. They've had a pretty decent season to be up there for a rookie driver. He replaced Henry Sanford, only won 1 race last year, so it's not doing too bad. They made the chase last year, so 00 team doing pretty performing. But this right now is showing not experienced at Sonoma, running in last place behind Braddock.
That is not Brad.
No, Braddock's behind him. He's the last driver in the lead pack behind Braddock.
He's the last car in the lead lap. How about that?
Better way of putting it. The 04. No.
Well, we've mentioned this. Charles Sanford has not been a good season for S3 Motorsports. They have yet to race, and now they're pitting. So,
man, it's just such a bad season. They're already headed to the house. They're like, screw this.
So, well, pit stops have now begun on lap 5 apparently, or lap 9.
Man,
It's
been such a bad season as he can't even talk.
Nope. So the Stair Brothers Chevy, you can continue if you like. We'll cover the pits. Oh, he's not the only one. Derek Hamill also on pit lane.
Well, we'll cover the pit stops and we'll go back to what we're doing. Charles K. It's been such a bad season that the IRS stole the pit box.
So the 05 does come into this one. They are 61st of 62 cars and points. They are still ahead of the 75.
And Charles' season is so bad he hasn't won a DNQ race since 2006. So.
Derek Hamill also on pit lane.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll see. Duncan coming around this time will stay out still. No. Both drivers get released. So.
Okay, that's good. That's going to be a slight issue. We'll nullify that fact. Oh, here comes Foss LaPlante trying to do the other cut.
Yep. So LaPlante going to be the first of our leaders to pit on lap 9.
Yep. Carl Logg's not going to have the best pit crew, so let's see if he can do 2 tires when not here.
Well, keep in mind everyone's going to have left side damage, so I don't know why they would fix it.
Well, some people might. Jack James also on pit lane, the 28 car.
I fix it. I was online racing.
Tim Randolph. I see Kenny Moma on pit lane this time around.
We're on caution.
Jack James. They actually made a diecast of that 28 car. I think Charles would like to have that.
Tim Randolph, Kenny Moma, Chris Louvier, Adam McDowell, Sky Commons, Jeffrey White, Adam Flickinger on pit lane that time around.
Well, let's see if Charles can perform in the undercut. He was in 20th, and he didn't have, well, he did have damage, but not too much as some of the other guys had, I noticed.
Well, by the time he pit, that damage was actually pretty severe.
Yeah, William Duncan's got some damage.
Derek Hamill is a lap down right now, so that's something.
Yeah, that's going to be a Pro Bowl right there.
And to be fair, Duncan, it doesn't really matter. He will pit this time, though. Will Kyle Matthews go for the overcut, though? Nope.
Well, the thing is, whoever pitted on lap 8, they can't make it to the end of the race. But now whoever pits here, they can.
Well, we'll see what they can and can't do.
It's possible we have to clutch the slow corners.
Yeah, that's very true,
Well,
Boston.
So much for pit strategy. Look at this. Everyone pitting this time around. Bill Bragg Jr. obviously a lap down, so it doesn't really matter.
Good catch. Now let's see if Austin can do the overcut here.
As
Let's do very good.
LaPlante's going for the undercut.
Did I say over or under?
You said over.
Damn it.
Jack James also beat him
failed
out.
counters.
Randolph is third. And Sanford's right up to the back bumper of the 10.
The 05 pit crew did something? Oh my, I'm going with Vegas.
Trying to overtake the 10, actually, as they come out of the S's.
Man, oh God, let's see if he can do it.
Break them in 11. I think it's 11.
Knowing Charles
This is
my
turn
record.
10. We're going up to 11 right now. Let's see. Does the 05 try and make a move? No.
You gotta intimidate him. Nope.
I would have tried.
I would try to.
Is he gonna Brian Vickers him?
Well, so no move made by the 05 there on the older tires.
For sure. They're probably the tires used to see. Oh, look at all this overcut.
Oh boy.
There's Jack Halleck. There's JT Bryant. So the 05 jumps to 42.
Oh my, look, Charles, you could afford a pit crew that could beat Ganassi? Wow, look at the 12 car. That's a good undercut for them too.
Yeah.
The 12 car was a lot.
And Kira Arenthe now under attack from the 60.
Yep. And who's the leader?
Well, Rob Evans, that was a try. That was an ambitious
big,
move.
Entry.
Yeah, that's a rookie driver trying something that was never gonna work.
Now looking back up front, although actually let's watch Mary Shelley try and make a move maybe on the 83 of Time Pollard. Nope.
Well, we're gonna have to cue the Red Bull engine to blow up pretty soon. So.
And the race leader is Kyle Matthews.
What? Bill Bragg Jr. getting help, but LaPlante's there. Oh, the 48 gets the wall. Here comes LaPlante.
Battle
That
for
time
the
it really
race
cost
lead.
them.
To be fair, the pole sitter does have a disadvantage with this track. I will say that.
Well, to be honest, William Duncan, all he
Wait,
has to do
safe
is
car.
make sure. Well, like LaPlante said, the 31, it doesn't matter if he wins this race. All it matters is what the lap time of the second dual pole sitter is, and Duncan will start on the front row here.
That is true. To be fair, this is probably the one track where I wouldn't want to start on pole, though, or on front row. So,
Yeah, well, Kyle Matthews is like 59th in points, so this is what Kyle wants.
try 55th.
Yeah, if 55th locks in, rip the top 15 making it.
As LaPlante starting to lose ground a little bit there to the 48. To be fair, 46 has a lap older tires than the 48.
I think LaPlante's on 3 straight D&Qs, am I right or am I wrong?
You can check the sheet. I don't know if I put most sport in on there, but the season 6
No,
stats
it's-
is up to date, up to there.
It's up to his second one, so.
So we've mentioned, we'll go back to this now, I guess. Mary Shelley is currently now in 6th after the pit stop cycle. Oh, by the way, 05 still not in the top 17. No, the 42 actually fell down to 21st. But Mary Shelley comes in as the points leader, the 2005 champion of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series, running well so far.
So Mary's had a pretty good season, I believe. She hasn't won, but 3. She had the most top 5s tied with Anderson right here. It's been a really good run. She had a really disappointing last year, no wins. Her last win was season 6, season 4, Richmond there. It's been a little bit of a while. Wait, what? I messed it up?
No, you're right.
It's like season 6. You should
Yeah,
know this by now.
We're season 6, 2008.
There's too many damn seasons to count right now. But Mary right
I
here,
think of road races.
the reason why I know Mary's losing streak is that's how long the 26 hasn't scored a top 10. So good luck to Mary. She finished 3rd here last year. She lost on pitch strategy. So let's see if she gets the strategy right this year and she can pull off a win.
Rob Evans now actually is in the transfer spot. That looks like it's actually an interesting battle, maybe? Nope, it was.
Not really.
It was at the line. I mean, look at the
And it's
differential.
gone.
It was 2/10.
Well, speaking of
Rob
Rob Evans,
Evans is the next car we're going to talk about. He is in the transfer spot and comes into this one. They are 37th in points coming in.
well, Rob's season reminds me a lot of Tom Shelley. So When Tom made races, he ran good. When he didn't, he DNQ'd. So this is one of the rare races that Rob is not in the front in the duels right here. But Rob is trying to make another race this year. It's been a struggling season after a third in the Daytona 500. He crashed at Road America, their primary road course car, running a backup Hendrick chassis now at a road course. So we'll see how they do. Not running too well right now.
Ironically enough, the car right behind him is the next car that we'll talk about as well. Kenny Moma in the 10, currently the first car on the outside looking in. And the 10 team, not been a good season for them. They come into this one 51st in the points.
Yeah, it's not been a good year for them. But do they have a top 10 this year? I don't think so.
Nope. Still
Yeah,
looking for that elusive first top 10.
Give me 1 second. I'll do this real quick. Let me see their best finish because the sheet's up here. What's his name? Kenny Moma. Kenny Moma.
Thankfully, it's
okay.
alphabetized for him.
So his best finish this year is 24th at California. It's been a dismal season for Kenny Moma. So he's not even going to be in the race right now, so the 10 team needs a shot in the arm for sure.
Well, the good news is at least that final transfer spot is the next car in front of him, so he does have that going.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam Flickinger in the 12 Altel's Sony My Circle Dodge.
I'd like to remind you, he started dead last.
Yeah,
he started 31st. He has charged his way up to 13th in this one without caution help.
In a track that you can't pass on.
And
So
he
only
comes.
passing the pits.
Yeah, and he comes into this one. They are 13th in the points. Yeah, that's
so
right.
they've had kind of like the James Qual season. Their best finish is 9th at Atlanta. They've had two straight bad races in a row. So the 12th team hasn't been too bad the last few seasons. They're kind of a mediocre top 10, top 15 team. So Adam's staying with that trend right now, but he needs to definitely have a good run if he wants to continue that high at the points.
Ethan Keiderman, the car just in front of him, is running 12th. And Keiderman, the Chicagoland winner, when we goofed that up miserably, is 39th in points coming in.
So Keiderman's only had, we don't have the most sports stats, that's my fault up to date, but last year he won in Chicagoland. He's only made 2 other starts with a 9th and a 3rd and 4th. So the team is trying to utilize the winner's row and have good results to make the chase for the 13th car of the season. There's rumors they might go to 2 cars next year, so this will definitely help the money.
I will say this, we probably won't get through every car.
Yeah, because when we get to the final 2 laps, but it's all right. We went through some of them.
We'll get to the final lap. I mean, Alexander Rowe, the super clean Chevrolet for DEI, is 28th on the track right now. And Rowe having a quiet season. Comes in this one 17th in the points.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree a little bit on that. Besides the 3rd place at Bristol, their best finish was 4th. They've only had 2 other top 15s this year. Just utilizing the points that the driver... Who drove this car last year again?
That was Vince Almarego.
Vince Almarego, they utilized those top 12 points in Provost to make races, and they've done a little bit of decently, that's why he's up there. But slipping to 17th, that's kind of a danger zone to make the race in that position. Ooh, that's not looking good for the super clean. They're going to have to clean up that position a little bit right there.
Oh, that was a bad segue.
I know, that really was.
Jeffrey White has now lost that 29th spot to Derek Hamill, now runs 30th on the track, and Jeffrey White comes in this one 11th in the points for the Sherwin-Williams Ford.
That's a tough break.
The reason why Jeffrey is there, because the 2 4th place runs, that amazing comeback he had 3 units, but his best result besides that is 18th and a 23rd. It's been a dismal season for Jeffrey White. Besides the top 5s, it's good to have top 5, but you actually have to perform. So they're kind of looking for a consistency in the 16 car.
Bill Bragg Jr., the issues he had, you will have already seen. He is 31st on the racetrack, 2 laps down right now. And Braddock, this team comes into the race 49th in points. We mentioned that earlier. Whoops.
Well, I think Roush Fenway right now is hoping that Bill Bragg is an insensitive word, and they put Bill Braddock. Who's the driver? Who was the driver in your last year?
In this car?
Patterson. They're hoping
Patterson.
that Braddock says it in insensitive words that they put Patterson back in the car, because they have not done hot at all this year. Their best result is 12th place and a bunch of DNQs for the 17th team. 2006 they were like this, but last year they were getting better, and since Patterson left, it has not gone any better for the 17th team.
Which is shocking to me because Braddock actually made the chase last season for Bill Davis, so...
Yeah, and their best result besides their 12th is 32nd, so they're going to have to up the performance up a little bit.
Zach Rogers in 27th, not looking good for him. 15th in the points coming into this race.
So besides the second and the fifth place run, I think they got a top 10 last week, and their best result is a 17th. So it hasn't been a really decent season. Zach didn't really do too well in the 10 car last year, so trying to up his performance, trying to make the chase this year in the 19.
What
but
the
not
hell
looking good
happened
so far.
here? Wasn't he 16th before pit stops?
As the typical rigged against Kev here continues as we go through the field.
I just noticed that too. Like, wasn't he 16th before pit stops?
And you wonder why Kev makes comments.
Chris Wilson is in the top 10. He is 9th right now, 3rd in points.
So Chris Wilson, real quick, we're on the final lap. They've had 2 second places this year at 7th. Bill Davis' cars ran really well the last 2 years, even though they're having financial troubles. They're still performing well. Besides that, Chris Wilson's qualifying has been abysmal, but this race they're actually doing pretty good. So not going to have to use another Provo.
We can get through a few more. Dylan Young is 15th right now, the Pepsi Chevrolet.
Dylan Young, dismal start to the season, 2 top 10s back-to-back. So improving the performance of the 24 car, but they're going to need a lot more improvement to make the chase.
Coke Vanilla officials saying there are talks about possible changes to this car going forward.
Yes, the logo might be Henrik on the hood.
Final one we'll probably cover is Jack Halleck in the 27 here. The Toyota certified vehicles, Toyota 20th on the track.
So it's a good thing we covered his he finished 14th at Atlanta, right? His best finish after that, 34th. It's been a dismal season for Halleck.
And just in time is coming through turn number 11. They have never won a points race, but at least they'll get a checkered flag first here today. Kyle Matthews is going to win his duel here at Infineon.
You know, I noticed that Charles does the 60 car in the Hooter Series is crap, the 48 is crap, and Jack James in the California car 3rd place. It isn't rigged.
Yeah, so LaPlante 2nd. William Duncan does get 4th, so it means we will take the top 17. Time Pollard 5th. Mary Shelley will transfer. LeDuc races his way in. Thorline is in. Chris Wilson will race in. Kira Arenthade is in. Tim Randolph will race in. So does Kiterman. Adam Flickinger with a great job from 31st to 13th. Brett Moma, the DLP Toyota, will race. Dylan Young is in. Seth Cole will race, and Rob Evans takes home the final transfer spot.
And Kenny Moma still can get in if everybody races in and JT's the only winner row. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're saying Kenny Moma?
Oh no, we're not taking 18. Never mind. That'll be the next Tyson point. So the 10 cars go into the house.
It'd go to the points. Yeah. If the winner's row does it, then it's the points.
Okay. Sorry, I bet.
He's confusing his desired system with mine.
Yeah, now I figured it out here. So the 10, the 05, looks like the 44, and the 38 are going to the house with the 17.
And well, so the 9, the 05, and the 10 are definitely D&Qs.
And Charles loses more money.
Yeah, that team has not done well at all. So with that, we will take a break or we'll cut away from the action and we'll bring you back for the command for duel number 2.
Drivers, start your engines.
Command has been given, the field ready to roll for duel number 2 here at Infineon. And a shock front row starter here for this one. It will be Samet Ozkan in the 8 car, who will go and get the to lead the field down to the green flag for this.
And Samet has not won a Coke Vanilla Cup Series race for his best career finish is 2nd.
Well, so he will be on the front row for Infineon. It will be William Duncan who will be on the pole. And the green flag is out for duel 2.
Yep, and it's great to see if the 66 races in, that's what Tristan Woolhite wants to see. But here goes Mark George. Wow, look at him go.
Mark George around the drivers.
Almost.
And
wow.
Trouble back here for Isaac Flickinger.
Oh, contact. Oh.
That 3rd corner is where it really is difficult.
Trying to get all you can here with no passing after lap 1, so they got to run hard.
And all 31 drivers do make it work still. As this is where it's going to be interesting as well. Pretty Shaw makes a move on Ryan George.
The blue number. Oh, boy.
As Ryan George having to mount the curb off his turn 7.
Almost had a big wreck, but looks like we're pretty clean right now.
So far, so good. I mean, all 31 drivers actually still running, which is more than we could say for Duel 1.
Yeah.
Henry Williams, the Susan G. Komen car, looking to try and make a move, maybe. Not able to make it quite at work there. Allie Nelson on the 82, though.
Stick. So did the 25 on the
07.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it off the camera.
Peter Onjak, he's had a struggling season there. He is. A 78's got the winner's row, and that's not really, well, kind of where they want to be, but not really.
I mean, you don't want to be back there, of course.
No, you do not. Chess is a winner's row, too, and that is not what the 78 wants to see, because they will go to the house right now.
Well, the 87 would race in. Yeah, that is true, actually. As Ryan George takes a peek on the 01, not able to make a move. This is where it's like they're trying to make a move still, but can't quite make one stick.
And that is not where Pollard wants to be. That's going to be a DNQ for him.
So far, if it stands. I mean, obviously we do have a pit stop left to go.
Yeah, we've seen the 12 car run from 30. Go ahead, Austin.
Absolutely, we did see him do one. It was lap 9 to 10, bit of 11. So should be. They made it that time. Doesn't mean they can't make it this time. If they somehow really like used the fuel way too much. But yeah, I don't see that happening.
So currently in the transfer spot would be the 49 of Ryan George, which, okay. So far, the 75 would race in right now.
What?
As Henry Williams right now is trying to make the move on the 49.
We're gonna have a live protest out of Sonoma right now for this miracle.
If the 75 somehow makes it and the 05 doesn't, I mean, we know where that's going to stand for S3 Motorsports.
S3 Motorsports merges with the 75 team.
Jessica Shelton trying to close in on the 18 of Henry Williams.
I cannot. Well, it looks like we might have Zach Rogers' Most Sport car from last weekend, it looks like.
Sorry.
Just might, yeah.
Well, since the race is now strung out a bit, we might want to go through the field here.
Let's see what we got. Well, so with that, we would end up starting with the 1. So, Delon Abrahamian, the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. 30th in points coming into this one, I think. Or no, that's 20th.
I believe they DNQ'd last. Actually, I could tell if they made it off the sheet here. Where's the 1? There he is. He had a pretty good run last week. I think that's second place points, isn't that?
Yes. As
Yeah, so
James Qualls was all over the back bumper of Tristan Wilhoit. Didn't quite make it work.
So the one of what's the guy's name? I already.
Delon Abrahamian.
He's had 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 11th, and the rest have been DNQs and the 36th place finish. So they're definitely looking for consistency in the 1 car.
Isaac Flickinger, a winner this season, is currently running in the 5th spot, the Miller Lite Dodge, and they come into this one 12th in points.
The reason why that they've been on a little bit of a hot streak. Isaac now back-to-back year winner now. He won an 8th bowl. Now they're one of the most dominating performances in the Coconut Cup Series. Lawn cheers for sure, thanks to Isaac. He's had his best finish besides that were 2 10th place finish, and he hasn't had too many DNQs. He's only DNQ'd like once or twice so far, so not a bad season for the 2 car. A lot better than they did last year to start the year off.
Keep your eyes on him for the rest of the season. Here's the 6.
Matt Duncan, as we might have just, well, I was going to say we might have landed on one of the battles. The Boston Red Sox forward for Roush Racing. And Matt Duncan been a struggle so far this season.
Not a good place to run that.
Yeah, not a good place to run it. 34th in the points coming into this one.
They made the playoffs. So Matt Duncan was he's DNQ'd 5 races. The 3 races he's made been the 4th, 11th, and the 36th. So it's been a struggling year for him and Williams. So definitely trying to up the performance here. And Roush's 6 has historically been pretty bad. Besides Will Lewis winning 3 races, so trying to up that performance. They didn't win last year either.
Henry Sanford, the Camping World RVs.com. Sorry, no Camping World on that. Just the RVs.com Dodge is 16th in the points coming into this one. Currently runs in the 12th position.
I guess Charles is going to be getting an RV soon. But anyways, Henry's best finish this year was 6th in the 500, and their best finish after that was 1 top 20 finish. Henry is a former winner here. He won at Thornton last season, so road courses are Henry's strength. So look for him to have a strong run this weekend, but definitely need some top 20 or top 15 runs to build momentum for the 7 car.
We've mentioned the 8 of Smet Ozkan. He will race in this one. He is on the front row, currently running in the 2nd position. And Ozkan 56th in points coming in.
So the reason why we say this is such a miracle, like Aaron Thames and Kiderman's win a few weeks at Chicagoland, they've only made, right here, if I see if the chart is right, they've only made about 4 races, and their best finish has been 16th this season. And they're starting on the front row with a good chance to win. But a lot of pit strategy could be involved. So great run for the 18. They won last year with Cole Deaver at Pigs Creek. So let's see what the 8 car can do this week and try to snooker a little higher in points right there, higher than 56.
Their teammate in the 01 running a very similar scheme, the Principal Financial Chevrolet for Pretty Shaw, comes into this one 18th in the points and currently runs in the 16th position on the racetrack.
So their best finish this year was 8th. They had a 16th and 18th, and besides that, 40th and 22nd place finishes. So the 01 team almost won the championship, but they choked massively like Denny Hamlin last year with a 100-point lead with 5 races to go. So the 01's trying to make the chase again this year. So let's see if they can do it. At least they're running a different number to tell apart the 8 car.
Mm-hmm. Logan York started the day out and back and currently only runs in the 29th spot in the 02 car. Logan York comes into this one 20th in the points.
So Logan, sorry, he was the pole sitter. God damn it, he was the pole sitter. Lord, he was the pole sitter at Chicago and had a pretty struggling season so far. His best run was 7th at California, and besides that, and he had a top 10 in the 5. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong person. He had 7th and 2 top 10s, and besides that, it's been a dismal DNQing or a back to field finish. Joe Gibbs need to give him more support because I've been seeing Brandon Ash too much on my screen.
Peter Onjack, the Jack Daniels Chevrolet, currently struggling today. 24th spot for the 07 Chevrolet, and definitely needs to get going because they come into this one 58th in the points.
And the 40th, that looks like a 40th place finish last week. Onjack has missed 5 races, a 6th at Road America, and besides that, that was a 36th at Bristol in the 3 races they made. Definitely going to have to up that performance in that car. The 07 made the chase, I believe, due to a Will Lewis win. So it looks like the 07 needs to be a better performance. And they LePage the field at Chicago in the DNQ race, so not a lot of drivers respect him anymore.
At least not many in that series.
Yeah.
Alger Baranowskis, the March of Dimes Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, currently runs in the 11th spot, and they are 50th in the points coming in.
So they've DNQ'd 4 races, and their best run, let's see, their best runs I see right here is 25th, but I think they got a top 10 with 142 points. Been a definitely struggle for the 11 car. This car won last season with James Qualls, not having the same pace as Qualls did last year, but they're in the field at least. That's what they need. Currently, yes, correct.
Her teammate, Henry Williams in the 18, Susan G. Coleman, M&M's Toyota here, currently in the 18th position, and comes into this one. Oh, where is the 18th? Yeah, 28th in points, I think. Yeah, 28th.
So they look like they had a good run last week with 165 points, but Henry has DNQ'd 3 times, a 3rd place at 3 unit, and besides those 2 runs, his best run was a 19th. So they definitely need to up the performance. The 18 car, its best run last year was a 4th with Brock, and they missed about half the season. Then the 18 car before that missed half the season. So the 18 car sucks in this series. That's all I gotta say.
I think that's just more Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole.
Well, the 20's won every year besides Drew Austin messing up a whole streak here. So
Speaking of the 20, William Brock in the Home Depot Toyota currently runs in 27th spot, and the 20 is 20, or that is 36th in points coming in.
Jesus, Charles, you struggling today, man. No, I'm kidding.
Well, to be fair, I'm having to do the math in my head real quick.
The 20s finished. He DNQ'd last week.
Pitting this time.
So Brock's best finish this season is 19th twice, and they've pretty much been pretty bad this year. So, well, as we see pit stops, Brock needs to up his performance up for sure. His best career finish is 4th, so he hasn't even gone higher than that so far.
So Jackie Tang, Max Anderson, or sorry, Amy Shelley, Peter Onjak, Ryan George, Jessica Shelton, Sam Young, Henry Sanford on pit lane, as well as Zachary Fitzwater. Also on pit lane is the 33 of Cole Deaver. Martin George still leads.
Trying to do better strategy in the 05 team here.
As right now, William and Isaac Flickinger 3rd and 4th on the racetrack now because of all this.
William, the DNQ champion last season. Isaac, we hope doesn't take the leaks. We don't want more lawn chairs and popcorn out racing here.
Well, we'll see what happens for Mark
That's gotta
George.
be your favorite quote right now. Launch chairs.
Lawn chairs and popcorn. Is it popcorn or some other snack? I don't remember.
I think you've said popcorn. Not as much strategy this time. No one tried to do the pit on lap 8.
Go, Robert. Nope, never mind.
You really wanted him to do the extra lap?
Nope, we'll be missing the race then.
As looks like everyone else gonna pit this time around.
So it looks like Jess and the 42 would be the winner's row, and the 40, well, I can't say for sure who's going home, but the 41 will definitely go home if they don't race in.
Well, right now, Fitzwater was the driver who won the race off pit lane of the drivers that pit the last time. Ryan George 2nd. And then Henry Sanford, Sam Young. So
Sam Young's unsponsored this weekend too.
And we'll see what happens with Fitzwater.
Yeah, there's still some cars still on pit road.
Well, those are all the drivers that pit the last time around, so.
See what it takes. 35 in the pits. Go as fast as you can on the racetrack.
And it's gonna say that he cycles around currently in 15th.
Robert beat the 77 out. Oh my lord.
As Ryan George beats the one of Delon Ebrahimian out of the pits.
Oh my god. Hell is freezing.
Well,
Ooh,
there's
ouch.
Amy Shelley, so ouch.
Ouch for sure.
Oh!
Oh.
I mentioned in the previous duel, being the pole sitter is not a great pit stall.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter for the 8 right now because this isn't the race, so.
So
Is he
looks like
the leader?
I think Baranowskis is leading over Isaac Flickinger, Gene Sanford, and Zachary Fitzwater, top 4. With
How
Ryan
the hell
George
did
fifth.
Baranowskis get the lead?
Might be a
anything
miracle
can
pit
happen.
strategy. Sorry.
Where's Mark George?
Yeah, I was already wondering the.
Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, that was dismal.
So Mark George also falling victim to one of the first 2 pit stall glitches.
Well, that is not what anybody in the trying to point their way wanted to see at all.
As right now, it is indeed Alja Baranowskis leading by 1.4 seconds over this battle for second.
Robert Pollard is 8th. Hell is freezing. I feel the fire burning on my shoulders right now.
Okay, then.
I got a fire extinguisher. Wait,
That's a
Get
thing.
get the fire extinguisher.
As Ryan George trying to put the heat on the 29 for 4th.
Good go. All right, that was good, Charles. I'll give you that.
It's good timing.
Good time. So who's in the transfer spot now? That's the real question.
According to timing and scoring, it is William Brock in the 20.
And Jess is 19th, so that is not what anybody below the winners will want to see. Nobody wants to see Robert in the field either.
That is true.
That's going to hurt a lot of people's chance.
Didn't happen.
Although Anderson racing in right now would.
Fortunately.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say luck did not favor the 0-2 unlike the first duel. He started dead last but managed like top 15, I think.
Correct.
I have a bad memory.
You are correct. It was Adam Flickinger who got from 31st up to the front of the field.
Oh yeah, well, it was 13.
Mark George is positioning better pit stalls.
I'm looking at something else on the TV right now. Right now, Gene though all over that too for second right now.
So let's see. The 21 and the 42 would be the winner's row. So that means the 41 is going to definitely hit the house. Then the 84 is probably going to hit the house too. Then. Because the 66 is going to use a PC. Yeah.
Well, so right now the 47 would race in, which would help some people.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting
and the
for the
87 is racing in.
Well, I'm waiting for the 82 to blow the engine again for the third straight week in a row.
Well, it looks like Gene's got a better car for the first half of the lap, and Isaac Flickinger gets a little bit slightly better run out of the S's. So I think Gene is a faster car right now than the two.
Mark George is asking to speak to the officials after the race.
There it is. Let's see, where were we at? We were at the 21, I think.
Wait. We haven't gone through the back of the field yet. I'm just kind of curious who's running back here now. On Jack, that's gonna be a D. That's a DNQ.
I love how you said DNQ on the 78.
Where's the 78?
You're like a broken record.
Yes.
78 was right ahead of 37.
Yeah, but if I said I'm gonna miss the race, the 78's going to the house too.
Well, so continuing on with this, Jessica Shelton currently runs in the 19th position, trying to track down the 01 there. And Shelton will race. She does come in 4th in points and one of the winner at Bristol.
Well, she's been very inconsistent. Winner at Bristol, 5th at Daytona, 3rd at California, and then the best result after that is 18th. So Jess has a good balance of speed, but just has to be more consistent. As the 01 car at 55 is pushing the crap out of the 21.
Well, the 21 is definitely quicker than the 01. Here we go. Oh, the 01's pitting.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean...
Beat tires, you idiot.
Okay, Pretty Shaw decides to pit for whatever reason.
I guess the Met felt lonely back there.
Johnny Gardner. Johnny Gardner is currently in 13th in the GoDaddy.com Chevrolet, and for Gardner, I guess he's not going to knock out one of his teammates this week, but he does come in this 52nd in points.
Jesus! Oh my God. Well, Gardner's best finish this year has been 13th. It hasn't been really well. His season last year sucked pretty bad too, so Gardner's looking to be on the Allie Nelson career path right now.
James Qualls, the Irwin Tools Ford, is currently running in the 7th position. And for Qualls, came into this one 14th in points, holding the final spot in the playoffs, should those have started today.
With the best finish of 16th. So, just one note on Qualls' car. This car is not finished in the top 10 since season 4 at Richmond. It's been about 56 races since this car has. If they don't finish top 10 in this season, it's a cursed car. If Qualls makes the chase with no top 10, I'm giving him the GM championship.
Zachary Fitzwater, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, is currently running in the 4th position. And Fitzwater comes into this race. Oh, he's down there, I know that much. 48th in points.
So Fitzwater, he's best. So besides the 15th place finish, his best run in this year was 31st. And the only good thing I'll say about Fitzwater is he has good attendance to the DQ races.
Even if he's not in them.
Yeah.
Cole Deaver is currently in the 26th spot in the Camping World Chevrolet.
Yeah, this one's just Camping World, not Murphy's.com.
Right. And Deaver comes into this one. I think
They're pretty bad.
I think they're down there. 54th in points.
So Deaver, his best finish best finish this year has been 19th, and then after that's 28th. Steve Paul won 4 races in this car last season, and this car won't even get a top 5 this year probably.
Sam Young currently is in the 12th position in that 34 car for Front Row Motorsports. And Sam comes into this one 28th in points, I think.
So
Dude.
Sam's
30th,
finished.
sorry.
Well, Sam did win a road course last season, but their best one was 14th this year. And after Chicagoland, not a lot of drivers are happy with Sam Young, so trying to get the respect back from him.
Ali Nelson, there's a lot to be said here. Currently runs in the 14th position, the Dodge Challenger Charger for Chip Ganassi Racing. And for Nelson, they are 22nd in the points coming in.
I believe it's on 88 or 89. I'll have to double. Actually, I got the sheet right here. What am I talking about? The winless streak is for her is about 9. This will be her 90th race that she has to win if she makes it. So, Allie Nelson has been the worst Coke Vanilla Cup Series besides Jeffrey McCullough. So, go Allie. Well, actually, a side note, her best career finish is second here 2 seasons ago. So, I'll give her that.
Jesse Turner in the 41 is currently 21st. The Energizer Dodge comes into this one 40th in the points.
So they have a very interesting stat line. They finished 8th at Daytona. They had a fluke win at California, and then they had finished 32nd. And the rest of them DNQs. So go Jesse Turner with your Energizer Bunny car.
Gene Sanford currently in 3rd place. The Little Debbie's Toyota is where is she at? 8th in points coming in.
Well, besides the 5th place at California rigged, their best finish is 11th at Road America, and Gene really bringing the 47 team to light. Part-time did really good, won a race last year, and definitely going to help the organization. I'm going to see her be a chase contender for sure, but has to work on getting more top 10s and top 5s. She doesn't want to pull a quals here.
Or do what she did in the last time she was in the chase in this format and get eliminated in round 1 and still finish 5th in points.
Exactly.
Ryan George in the 49 running just behind her on track. 5th place in that BAM Racing Toyota. And Ryan George also doing well in points, comes in this one 6th.
Yeah, so actually Ryan George has been the best driver this season. His worst finish is 20th besides his DNQ at Atlanta, and they've done really well this year for this team. This is the last year BAM Racing well actually, I'm wrong. They'll be coming back. Never mind that. The 49 car Toyota Alliance with Joe Gibbs with Microsoft definitely helping the team and trying to keep up a top 20 streak. I don't think any driver in history has had top 20 every race this year, every race in a season.
I doubt it. Jackie Tang, the NOS Energy Chevrolet, not looking good for them. 23rd is there on the final lap, and Tang comes into this one. I think that's 46th in points.
So Jackie Tang is definitely the heartbreak. They were 8th after Atlanta, and then they missed 4 straight races, and then Jackie finished 39th at Chicagoland. So, yeah, Jackie wants a shot in the arm or some Energizer Bunny in that car.
As coming off turn number 10, that's no competition behind Alja Baranowskis if she can just make it through a couple more corners.
Our front row is going to be William Duncan, Smet Ozcon, Baranowski, and Kyle Matthews. Everybody 55th or lower in points.
Duncan is not. Baranowskis will win her duel here at Infineon.
And Isaac Flickinger is going to make this lawn chase of popcorn almost.
Jean Sanford will finish 3rd. She races her way in. Fitzwater will race in. Ryan George is in.
I'm doing this one.
Ebrahimian and James Qualls will race.
Robert Pollard made it! Let's go!
William Flickinger will race. Henry Sanford will race. So will Will Hoyt, Sam Young, Johnny Gardner, Ali Nelson, Max Anderson, Matt Duncan will race, and William Brock takes home the final transfer spot.
Do you believe in miracles?
All it took was a diecast purchase.
We don't mention that here. Probably.
Mark George will have to go back to the past champions
I'm not even
provisional.
going to criticize me after I said that.
And Pretty Shaw
And then their
style.
heartbreaker.
Not quite sure what happened there for Pretty Shaw.
I told you, Sebek got lonely.
So pretty shot across the line in 31st, and everyone finished on the lead lap.
Yep, drinks are on me. Robert made it. Oh wait, Robert made it, but Steve and me missed it, of course.
Not rigged at all.
So with that,
No
congrats to Alja Baranowskis on the win for her duel. Congrats to Kyle Matthews on the win in duel number 1. I will hand it over to Austin and Steven for their final thoughts on this one.
Austin.
Well, as again Steven said, just get your popcorn launch cheers out. It's gonna be that kind of a race, just single file boringness. The only exciting part will be first lap, and somehow pit stops, and probably exiting out of the pits if they're really close to each other.
Well, I'm going to counter that a little bit because Charles, this I-9 is made for 48 laps, not 19. So I think Charles might have something up his sleeve. He always does with I-9s. You have anything else to add, Austin?
Charles?
I mean, he's right. I did set it up for 48, but.
Well, okay. Well, I have things that obviously. Baranowskis and Oscar are definitely going to be interesting up there. Rob Pollard made it. That's going to screw somebody top 15 in points. But, Charles got a complete collection now. Anyways, Allie Nelson makes the race, try to end the losing streak here. Qualls is going to be starting 7th, trying to get to 26 in the top 10, and trying to get back-to-back wins. His only starter here has a win.
That's starting 14th, remember?
Oh, that's correct. But pitch strategy coming in factor in 48 laps. There could be a wreck. There could be an engine failure. There could be a lot of crazy things that happen. Henry Sanford was also a former winner. He's going to be starting in the top 20. Definitely looking forward to the race. It might be a long, strung-out race, but definitely tune to the end. And rest in peace to Steve Pollard. 5 straight DNQs in a row.
So with that, like I said, congrats to the dual winners, Kyle Matthews and Alja Baranowskis. We'll see if that translates well over to the race for them. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fan291, and for Stephen Paul III and Austin LaPlante, you've been watching a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Popcorn.